After driving for 1 hour south of Phnom Penh, the capital of Cambodia, we reached the eastern shore of the Mekong River to visit the monastery of Sisowat Rathanaram, a jewel of Buddhist art. The Mekong is one of the 4 sacred rivers of Asia, springing from the Himalayas, crossing Tibet, southwestern China, Thailand, Laos and Cambodia, mothering millions of rice paddies before spreading in a huge delta in Vietnam and then entering the South China Sea. Here comes our ferry to the monastery. Along the shores of the Mekong are many floating villages of fishermen, mostly of Cham origin, and thus Muslim by tradition. They live from the rich daily catch from the Mekong. A few fish and a large bowl of rice is enough for them for a good meal. Off we go across the Mekong, which is low before the rainy season. We are now in the village of Truoi Takao, on the western shore of the Mekong. Life is very simple, as to be expected in a farmer's village. People come and go, attending their chores, and kids have plenty of time to cycle around and gather to play. They go to the monastery school one morning of each weekday. A shrine dedicated to the spirit of the forest surrounding the monastery is a common sight in Cambodia. We are now entering the monastery in the direction of the congregation hall, called Vihara, that was built under the patronage of King Sisowat at the end of the 19th century. Before entering, we had to ask permission from the abbot, whom we find having lunch with his followers. He stands out from the eating monks for his inspired face. The lay people of the village who brought the food for lunch are sitting around, occasionally exchanging a few words with the monks. The eastern outer wall of the vihara has the coat of arms of the sponsor, King Sisowat. We enter the vihara and have our interview with the Reverend Abbot. Music is played for the occasion of our visit. The Reverend Abbot. He kindly answered all our questions. I entered the monkhood when I was 17, in the monastery on the opposite bank of the Mekong, facing Sisowat Rathanaram. And later I was able to enter here, the pagoda of my village, Sisowat Rathanaram. But during the period of the Khmer Rouge, I had to abandon the monkhood. However, as soon as the civil war was over, I returned here to Sisowat to serve the Buddha. No other place is like here, where all the monks and lay people are strong believers and followers of Buddhism. I felt I was wanted here to continue to serve the community as well as the Buddha. The paintings of this vihara were made in 1905, a few years after the building was completed in 1895, by the painter appointed by the king. The paintings are thus more than 100 years old. When I came to this pagoda when I was a young novice, there were lay people who donated money for the construction of new buildings in the monastery because we were very well known in the area. However, we monks did not want a new vihara since we loved the old one in which we spent many hours in meditation. Even now we have no plans to build a new and larger one as is done in other provinces of Cambodia. I also think that new paintings would not be of the same high quality as the older ones, which are precious to us. You can see the paintings between the windows of the pagoda showing the Jataka stories, when the Bodhisattvas tried to complete their assignment in order to become Buddhas. The story of Vesantara is the most popular. The paintings of these stories on the vihara walls are clear evidence of a strong relationship between people and religion.